What's up? I'm Dan Random, and today I'm going to change the transmission fluid, or at least part of it, on this 2002 Honda Accord V6. Now at first, I didn't think this thing had a dipstick to check the transmission fluid, but then I found it hidden down here. You can see it has a yellow handle. It was actually almost black. I cleaned it up a little bit so I can see it. I actually just changed the starter, so that was actually how I saw it. I was expecting it to be back here, but instead, back here, to fill the transmission, you have this bolt here that says ATF, if you look closely. Now, these guys can be on really tight, so I'm going to use my breaker bar with a 17mm socket to break this thing loose. Okay, we got it on there, and let me use two hands. Holy crap. Wow, that was on there really tight. I really didn't think it would be that tight. I had to really muscle it, and it popped with some force. It actually vibrated the whole bar pretty good. So now that we know that we can fill this, let's go underneath and take off the drain plug. There's actually a decent amount of room to get to it underneath here without jacking it. So as you can see right there, that thing with the square hole, that's what we need to crack loose next and get a pan underneath to catch all the old transmission fluid. So I ended up jacking up the vehicle just a little bit. I just need a little bit of clearance here so this tool doesn't hit the ground. So now I have my 3/8 inch breaker bar on here, and once again, this is really tight. This is really on there, so let me go get the sledgehammer. Alright, got the sledgehammer. Oh, that was a bit easier than I expected. Sometimes you really just gotta crack loose the seal that forms with time and age. So, looks like I can just get this out by hand now. So let me get my drain pan here, and I'll let this drain. And of course the wind has to pick up. Ooh, that fluid looks nasty. Look at all the gunk on this magnet here. That's insane. I don't think this has ever been serviced. There's no way, with how tight these bolts were. This car has almost 200,000 miles on it too. So look at this. This is nasty. There's a ton of metal debris. Even a bunch of little things standing up on the end there. Look at that. Yikes. So let's get this all cleaned up, and once it's finished draining, I'll put this back in the hole. So this is what it's supposed to look like. So let me get this back in here, get this finger tight. Then I'll torque it just a little bit with my breaker bar. There we go. That's good enough. Plenty good, actually. So there is our old fluid. So I just loosened it the rest of the way with this gun here. Be careful to grab the washer as well. Now, the reason they gave this big hole is because the dipstick hole here is really tiny. I'd imagine that would take forever. So, let's get this tube funnel thingy. Let's get this funnel with a tube down in the hole there. So this is what I'm going to put in, and you should check it with the car running.